like this VP9. It shot very well. If you notice the higher speed 15 round string I did, there was a man-sized target. The round ones maybe 18 inches in diameter. I think I hit it pretty much every time. One or two might have gone astray.
Hey guys, good to see you. It's Daryl from the Gun Learning Channel. We're back from another beautiful day at the range here in Northeast Ohio. In the mid-40s on a December day. We can't ask for much more than that. We've got our coffee, and we reviewed for you at the range. You saw us shoot the HK VP9, which was one of their newer models. The MSRP on this is $719. Of course, I know you all know that the street price on it's going to be less than that. My opinion is they designed this and marketed it to compete just at the upper end of some of the direct competition, which would be the Glocks and the Smith & Wesson M&Ps, and there's probably some others as well. The overall length of the pistol is about 7.3 inches. I know you'll see the actual specs, and they're going to be a little more precise than this. It's about 1.3 inches wide, 5.4 inches high. It's got a 4.09 inch barrel length, which is right in line with the mid-size Glock. For example, that would be the Glock 19 is a 4.02 inch barrel, and the Smith & Wesson is about a 4.25 inch barrel, the M&P series. The weight with the magazine is about 25.5 ounces. It's got a trigger pull of 5.4 pounds, which is again consistent with most of the competition. There's no manual safety on it. It's a typical striker fire pistol. One of the things I really liked, if you notice, it's got a nice set of sights on it. It's got some, they're a fluorescent green, a 3-dot sight system. The sights are substantial on them, so they feel like they're going to hold up well. It's got the extended Picatinny rail on it. Some of the HKs have a proprietary HK rail. It's hard to fit some of the aftermarket devices on it. This one is a standard rail. Most of the HKs, the mag release is on each side of the trigger guard, which is very nice. You simply push that down with your left thumb, or your right thumb, left thumb, whichever hand you are. It's a 15 round mag, so it's 15 in one capacity. Comes with 2 mags in the box. One of the nice things about these mags is they're the P30 mags, so you can, if you have a P30, these mags will work. And if you have a P2000 SK, this is the extended mag that will fit in that pistol as well. So HK has some flexibility on those magazines if you watch the pistols. They're not universally interchangeable. The slide release on the side of the pistol, it's a little smaller slide release than some of the other HKs, but you notice it's a little longer than you'll see on some of the competition. It makes it a little easier to maneuver. It's got a loaded chamber indicator on the side. You'll see red when it's loaded. It's cut in the box. It's got adjustable back straps, adjustable side panels, so you can really make this custom fit to your own hand. All right, this is the new box that the HK comes in. Notice there's the pistol, has a mag in it, so there's one mag, there's a second mag, back straps, side straps, and then in the top cover comes all the standard equipment, the owner's manual, lock, and most of the times it has a fired case in there. While I'm thinking of it, I thought it's a good time to just review the date code system that HK uses. If you are ever stuck on this, just Google HK date codes and you'll find many references to it. After the serial number is a 2-letter date code. This one is BE, which is Bravo Echo. That stands for the last 2 digits in the calendar year in which this was produced. So we look at the 2 letters. A stands for 0, B stands for 1. So this was produced in 1, and then E would be, okay, A is 0, B is 1, C is 2, D is 3, E is 4. So this was produced in 1/4, being 2014. And because we're just in 19 and 2000, you'll see it's very logical when you look it up. So you might see one that says you know, 9.4 or 9.6 or 0.3 and so on. So you'll find that useful. Obviously this was produced in 2014 because they just came out with it. Also, if you do have the fired case envelope, it has a lot of data on there. It has a specific date of manufacture. In this case it was 12/9 of 2014. So this is a very new little baby. The field strip on the HKs is incredibly simple. Of course, we need to remove the magazine. That's our first step. As many handguns, it can't be disassembled with the magazine in place. Flip it over to the other side. We simply lock it open, push down the takedown lever, release the slide with one thumb, hold on to it with the other, simply pull it off the frame. And there we have it. And then removing the spring, the recoil spring in the barrel is the same as any other pistol. To remove the recoil spring, we take a little bit of the tension off, pull that out, lift the barrel up slightly, forward. There we have our breakdown. To remove the grips and change them, there's just a small pin in there, and you can push that through with any kind of a punch or plastic punch, metal punch. Pushes the pin out and the grips come off easily. So put this back together. One other thing about these pistols I forgot to mention as we're talking, now is a good time, that these barrels have polygonal rifling, which is the type of rifling that Glocks use as well. It's not the traditional spiral type rifling. Many people find that preferable. I don't know if there's a manufacturing advantage to it, but there definitely are people who advocate for that and believe it makes a difference in the accuracy. As far as the particular use for this pistol, I think obviously it's that mid-size pistol. It's a little awkward for many people to carry, but in the winter months or when you got have a little more clothes on, it's doable. You'd probably want a good solid inside the waistband or an outside the waistband holster. It's a similar in size to a Glock 23, which I carry regularly. I would consider carrying it. Personally, I would probably want something a little bit smaller, but I really like that magazine capacity, so I'd probably end up wanting something with an extended magazine. All other purposes, it's probably an ideal home defense gun because it does have that rail. You could put some kind of a light device or something on it if you'd like. Great for at the range. It's a nice simple operation with that striker fire, no safety and everything, so it's good for training other people. It's a substantial enough pistol that it's going to absorb a lot of the recoil, so for, again, the newer shooters, beginning shooters, it's going to help them to focus on the shooting at hand instead of worrying about the recoil. Okay, enough with the boring specifications. I'm going to set this aside and tell you my impression from the range. You saw me shoot it at the range, and I found it to be very easy to shoot, very comfortable to shoot. I like the trigger pull. I guess I really liked everything about it. It shot for me very accurately. As I've said in some of my other videos, I'm not a competitive shooter, I'm not an expert shooter, I'm just an average shooter. And I was able to shoot and hit the target consistently with it. The point of aim was very natural for me, and I'm sure with those adjustable grips, you could really tailor it to your hand. I guess I'm going to give it a very positive recommendation. I've had some other HKs, and it's a little bit less price than those HKs. The HKs tend to be fairly expensive, but they must have trimmed it in the right spots, because I think for a moderately priced, upper end moderately priced pistol, you'll be very pleased with it.